The Vice-Chancellor of Veritas University, Abuja, Reverend Father Professor Hyacinth Ichoku, has drawn the attention of Nigerian leaders to the level of inequality in Nigeria, stating that the level of inequality makes integral development difficult. Professor Ichoku stated this in his keynote address during the graduation ceremony of 20 pioneer students of the Catholic Social Teachings at the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria in Durumi, Abuja.
Particularly in Nigeria, while we are espousing integral development, while the church is teaching about integral development, realizing our common humanity, our common good, our common goals as human beings. The wider society is pulling apart in other dimensions. So instead of integrating, we are actually disintegrating. The world, instead of integrating, is actually disintegrating. So you find, how can they define integral development in the context of a world that is tearing apart at the seams? So that is a challenge. For example, today, the world is witnessing the level of inequality that never existed prior to now. The level of inequality that is existing in our world today has never been, and yet this is an age, the age in the world development, when there's so much wealth. There's so much wealth. If you read some statistics, you just marvel. The 50 richest people in the world own properties and wealth more than half the population of the world. That's certainly not acceptable.
He also blamed the insecurity and other insurgencies in Nigeria as a result of vast inequality that exists in the country.
As you are talking about integral development in the wider world, even in Nigeria today, are we really integrating? Are we really integrating? So you see, there is so much inequality in Nigeria today, so much inequality between the haves and the have-nots. People who can't, people who have access to anything they can imagine in Nigeria today, and people who don't have anything at all. And so many people go to bed today without food. So many Nigerians, as you know better than myself, the statistics about poverty in Nigeria today, more than 140 million Nigerians today go to bed without food. And we are talking about, and then you have some others that can have more than they need in the next generation. In fact, what their next generation and next generation cannot even ever utilize. And this is people living in the same country. So how you expect that integral development can happen in such a context? So these are the challenges. And so this is what is also, so you are talking about, here you are talking about integral development, but you are also talking about factors that are driving societies apart. Nigeria is being torn apart, and people, non-state actors are taking over. People are protesting by with their feet. People are living in droves because they don't find a conducive environment to be able to actualize their dream, actualize their talents. So these are the issues. So you find that what you see today as Boko Haram, what you see as jihadists, what you see as IPOB, are people who are protesting the status quo. In different forms, people are protesting the status quo in Nigeria today because of the level of inequality that's tearing people apart. So, so those of us who are studying integral development must know again that you are swimming against the current. Against the current in the sense that as you are preaching unity, you are preaching integral development of every person against every. You are seeing the forces that drive society apart.